Nigerian foreign exchange has been under significant pressure. Nigerian foreign exchange market has been under significant pressure recently, leading to a depreciation of the Naira and concern about economic stability. The Naira recently depreciate has been attributed to a combination of factors, including increased demand of dollars, rising inflation, and concern about the global economic outlook. To address these challenges and stabilize the exchange rate, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has implemented various measures, including raising interest rates and restricting access to foreign exchange. However, the effectiveness of these measures remains to be unseen. A very warm welcome to all our viewers this morning. This is Business Point, where we extract the Nigerian economy and the government policies. I am your host, Kikelomo Okeri. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Business Point on Global TV on Star Time Channel 276. The Nigerian Naira further appreciated against dollar at 750 Naira at the official market. The Naira's recent gain have come as a relief to many financial analysts who had expected the Central Bank of Nigeria's recent move to clear some of its FX backlog to boost confidence in the currency. According to a report by NAFEM, where Forex is officially traded, the domestic currency appreciated 5.55% to close at 750 Naira to a dollar. This represents 41 Naira gain. The intraday high recorded was 1,121 to a dollar, while the intraday low was 740 Naira to a dollar, representing a widespread of 380 Naira to a dollar. The Central Bank of Nigeria last week said it has begun to clear the backlog of foreign exchange forward contracts, a move that is expected to bring a relief to Naira, the business community, and the economy at large. We'll take a short break now. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back. With me in the studio is a corporate financial catalyst, Harry Nova, who will be shedding more light on Naira-Dollar parity in Nigeria. You're welcome, Harry. Welcome to Global Television. Yeah, let's dive straight into the questions. The country has faced chronic dollar shortage since foreign investors exited local assets during a period of low oil price. What do you think the Central Bank of Nigeria can do to gain the trust of the investors?
Okay, if we are looking at the situation we already have on ground, to be very honest, it's a very dicey one. And putting all those weight on the central bank there's a reason why when we're looking at the forex market, the government are the first key players before the central bank. But if you're going to be looking at the contributions of the central bank, the first contribution they would have to do would be to reduce the interest rate. Okay, the interest rates on policies that they give out to their the banks, like we have in our normal forex when you have to do it overnight swaps and all that, those interest rates will actually go a long way. Now, there is something that the central bank has done, which is beautiful, bringing the competition to the banks, allowing them to actually have floating Naira exchange. You see, First Bank have their own different rates. Access Bank has their own different rate and all that. But that particular policy was not yet completed. Okay, the reason I say that is because the only people or the only banks that can actually give dollar out is the PSB bank. Okay, the payment service banks. You cannot walk into a normal access bank or a first bank and request for dollar. Now, so even with the appreciation that is happening in the Naira, and you're saying that Naira has gotten to 740, Naira is at 780, 750, we cannot take advantage of that. Because if I walk to the bank and I want to get my dollar card fixed, what are they going to ask me to do? They'll tell me to go and get dollar out there. And what is the range I'm going to be getting dollar? 1,140, 1,120. So if I do that and I put in my dollar account, I have not actually benefited from this particular price. So the concept of having floating returns or floating differences should be completed so we can walk into the bank and get this dollar for ourselves.
So what do you think the Central Bank of Nigeria can do to strengthen the Naira amid this inflation?
Okay, so basically the first thing to do is to walk around the interest rates. That's number one. Number two, have to get access to this Naira. The businesses, the small businesses, small scale businesses have to have access to dollars from their banks directly using the same rate that we are seeing. Okay, not just the going access to the black market. That's number two. The third one is that we should be able to transact with our cards. I don't know if you've ever tried to do a transaction outside the country. Your Naira MasterCard cannot do that for you. Okay, so if the central bank can work a way to give access to we small businesses, okay, that would actually build up the fact that, oh, I can do my transactions freely with the banks. There is this confidence going to an official startup than to walk around and go to unofficial people to get your transactions done. If a business can go directly to the bank, do all its transactions with the bank, trust me, we would all have this confidence and we'll see ourselves gaining more because there'll be more demand for Naira than the dollar. But now for me to do any transaction, I need to get the dollar. So there is more demand for dollar than the Naira. That's why we are having these issues.
With this, do you think the CBN will be able to gain the confidence of the investors back?
Yeah, trust me, I really do think it will, because if I'm cutting out the middleman, okay, and I'm going directly, I feel like, oh, this is even better for me. Go to the bank, do your transaction better. Now you know that if you have Naira, you can go directly to the bank, do the transactions for whatever currency you want, and you're good to go, than saying, let me go and hold dollars. And that's why people are holding dollars. More demand is coming for dollars. But if we can push it in such a way that there's more demand for Naira, that's going to help our economy a whole lot.
Okay, with these new policies of CBN, different banks having their own rates, is the policy going to eliminate the black market, or do we still need to track the parallel markets?
Okay. See, if you look at the black market, you find out that the reason why the black market existed in the first place is because of the fact that there was a stifled kind of exchange rate. So we have the central bank governor before now actually giving us a certain amount, say, okay, this is the rate, okay? Now, but there was no access to this dollar prior to this particular time. There was no access to dollar. So the people that have access to dollars are the black market people. Now, if I want to start up a business, let me give you a scenario. So I walk into GT Bank, and I want to actually do a transaction. Let's say I want to put in $10,000 in my dollar card or dollar account. And then the person attending to me tells me that, oh, this money you have, which is say 8 million Naira, you cannot deposit it to us and we'll give you dollar. You would have to go to an external source, buy dollar, and then come back and deposit it. What do you think is going to happen? I will go to the black market people and tell them I want to buy dollar. But in the normal market, dollar is currently at 740. And they're telling me their own rate is 1,140. I'm forced to do that. So when I buy from them, that's the only time I can come and deposit, which means that the bank has made them very relevant, because we cannot do transactions without them. But if they want to eliminate those people, the best way they can do that is to make sure that the bank can dispense dollars to its clients.
So in all of these, do you think we still need the BDC?
We definitely need them. First, they know where the money is. Secondly, they have the volume. And thirdly, as long as we cannot take dollars from the bank, we would always need BDC. Always.
Wow. What is the major role of financial market data quotation play in this new market?
Okay, so far so good. When I saw that there was a change in, we can now actually trade the Naira against the dollar, I was very happy being a forex trader. It was a very lovely one. But then when I looked at it in implementation, I found out that, oh, this is not going to really work out, because even though different banks have their different quotations, it still boils down to the same thing we are saying. We cannot have access to it. So the real quotation is with the BDCs. It's not even with the bank, okay? The banks only have quotation when it comes to changing your dollar to Naira. But the real quotation, when you want to buy, you would go to the BDC. So these people have their quotation. Some of them have 1,120, some of them have 1,140, some of them have 1,110. They are the real people with the quotations. If there have to be a change in this status quo, the bank needs to be able to give out dollars. Then there will be the owners of that quotation. There will be the ones that control the price quotation. If GTB is saying their own price quotation is 804, First Bank is saying their own price quotation is 785, Access Bank is saying their own price quotation is 740, you would now be able to choose within the banks. But even with all those quotations they have, and they can't still give out Naira, dollar, it means that you have to go back to the BDC. That's where the parallel market comes in, and they always have to be there.
The federal government is expecting about $10 billion inflow into the forex market. Do you think this will further enhance the market?
Of course it will. But then, even as of that, if you know what we call paperweight, when someone gains paperweight, that is what it's going to do on the short run. This is the same thing that happened when the new Naira notes came out at first. Okay, when the new Naira note came out, there was scarcity, and then because there was short supply, there was higher demand. And that brought about value. If you see in the market exchange, you see that the new Naira note gained a lot of value at that particular point in time. $10 billion injected into the economy is going to cause a ripple, and then there's going to be a spike in the value of Naira. Just the same thing that happened when central bank cleared its backlog. Yes, but it's going to be short term. So there's a lot of things we need to do to put it in place that will give us a long-term effect.
And what are the things?
Okay, which would actually supersede the effect of what central bank can do. If you look at Nigeria, you find out that there is nothing we have that is not valuable. Okay, we can export almost anything. As of 2021, I think we had an exportation of $50 billion, $47 billion revenue. Right. Okay, which kept us at 52 of the when it comes to the top exporters in the world. 2021. Okay, if we actually have lesser fees for exportations, we have access to a lot of things like I said, you go to the bank, you can do a transaction. I want to export something, I can use my Naira card and do the exportation and all that. All these things will help sever the effect of the dollar against the Naira.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate. Moving on, investors are yet to return. The central bank has struggled to meet the demand to dollar from foreign investors. The central bank's payment followed the October 23 announcement by Minister of Finance Wale Edun that Nigeria was expecting $10 billion of inflow to improve FX market liquidity. It will come as a relief to local lenders who have been struggling to meet demand from customers due to chronic dollar shortage in Africa's largest economy. To address these challenges, Nigerians are of the opinion that a multi-pronged approach is necessary, encompassing measures to boost domestic production, enhance market confidence, and implement sound fiscal and monetary policies. This is where we draw the curtain on Business Points today. Join me same time on this same station tomorrow. I am your host, Kike Lomo Okeri. Good morning.